We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Welcome to the show. Appreciate that you came. Mr. Palmer T. Smalls ain't a damn thing changed. We talking under the tree. Yeah, we got them hot topics from Carolina to Duval. That's how we rock it on prime time. Check out the podcast. It's online. Hit us up. We got a platform. You gon' shine. It was all a dream. We here now. Let me hear you say it loud. We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Welcome to the show. Appreciate that you came. Mr. Palmer T. Smalls ain't a damn thing changed. We talking under the tree. Yeah, we got them hot topics from Carolina to Duval. That's how we rock it on prime time. Check out the podcast. It's online. Hit us up.
Hello, my friend. How you doing?
Greetings. I'm doing great. What about you, bro?
I'm doing good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Let's Talk Under the Tree podcast. We have Mr. Ras Julio all the way from Italy, born and raised. He's an Italian and he's also a Rasta. He's going to go over his strict Rastafarian diet. He might make you, change to be a vegetarian. He almost had me, you know what I'm saying? And I eat a lot of cheese, so I think I might have to stop eating cheese. Because of his advice and go to strictly nuts and everything all natural, because it's actually not good for you. He's going to be getting into what he does, humanitarian services and festivals and radio announcing. And he's also an author and everything. He's very accomplished. And he might even, show his dreads a little bit and show off a little bit. We don't know. It ain't no telling. One time for your mind, two times for your soul. Welcome to the Let's Talk Under the Tree podcast. I am the weatherman. See you in 33 seconds.
Kingpin Music.
Okay, we are back, and I'm glad that you was able to join me all the way in Italy. So that's a good thing. Appreciate it.
Thank you for taking the time. Thanks for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here. And thanks to all the people that are following your program. Bless.
Appreciate it. First time I, seeing your picture, of course, the world is changing. I say, what, this Italian dude, representing the Rastafarian nation. And I looked at some of your videos and I said, okay, he actually talked like this in real life for real. And I said, okay, I got to get him on here to see what's going on. So people like you that actually look like you, that's in Italy and in Europe, are Rastafarians also.
Yes, my brother. Yes, Rastafari, it goes beyond territory, beyond countries, borders, passports. It's an inborn concept. Rastafari is truly something inside you. And it has evolved a lot, during the last years, decades. And now you find Rastafari brothers and sisters all over the world. Every continent hosts Rastafari right now in this creation. So Italy, yes, but you have Asia, you have Papua, New Guinea, New Caledonia, everywhere. Rastafari is just everywhere. So
wow.
Big thanks. Yes.
Wow. Let's talk about your diet. When did you start this vegetarian journey as far as being a Rastafarian, and was it hard to give up meat in general?
My brother, the diet, which we call ITAL diet, ITAL food, ITAL means vital, is the Rastafari way to say vital. And actually we don't really call it a diet, but we call it a live it. because we as Rastafari we change the sound die, because it stands for death, and we substitute it with a sound that stands for life. So we don't really call it the diet, we call it the live it.
Okay.
So it came with my starting, and with my beginning, my revelation of Rastafari when I was a youth. That happened when I was between 11 and 12 years old, but I fully embraced Rastafari between 16 and 17, and that is when I stopped also eating meat and fish, same way. Yeah, so uh, it goes with our faith. Rastafari is not a food cult. We
Mm.
don't worship food. We are not there, being stressed and obsessed about our shape and, fitness and so forth. It's not about it. Why are we vegetarians, vegan? Because ital way of life, a vegan diet, is more in tune with your spiritual practice. It's a more compassionate way of life. You don't kill in order to feed yourself. So you don't kill a cow, but you take a vegetable off the soil and you feed yourself with that. So there is not a death energy involved in it, but there is a life energy. So you eat something which is alive, and it can give you those life elements which you need in order to live better, healthier, and also happier. Because people think that a vegetarian or vegan diet is only better for your body, for your physiology, but actually is also much better for your psychology. Yeah, so for your emotions, for the way you think, the way you take decision, your sleeping, and a number of activities that are positively affected by a vegan diet. So that is not to judge anybody, because man is free to eat and drink whatever he wants. But this is the way that we live, and we like to share this approach to life also with our friends.
Yes. Would you agree that a lot of meats are not good for you anyways if you eat it?
Absolutely. Even science now it come to this conclusion, which is what Rastafari and also other spiritual practices. I think about some Eastern religion or monastic way of life, and also the early Christians. You find vegetarian in every spiritual family at one point in time. But science now it come to affirm and prove and agree with what we as Rasta were saying already maybe 60 years ago. Meat is not good for you, so the less you eat, the better it's for you.
I grew up in the South, and it's a lot of folks still eat organ meats such as chicken livers, liver from a cow. You ever heard of chitlins? Pig
No?
intestines? They call
Oh,
it
yes.
pig intestines, and things like that. And those are no good for you. Animal organs.
Uh, I no, no, I don't think so. I don't
No.
think so. I think that also if you eat meat, you should not abuse with those kind of meat, with that kind
Yes.
of meat. Those parts of the animal, you shouldn't really touch them very much. And
Yes.
but even if you are a meat eater, but you consider giving a try, you can you can reduce your meat intake, even though you don't exclude it completely, and you will see the result. Yeah, so we live in a time in which we know that you don't have to eat meat in order to function. I have two daughters. They have never eat meat since they were in the womb of their mother.
Oh wow.
Never. And
And
when we went to the doctor, the pediatrician, and they were both of them very very small, like baby infant. And the doctor look at me and say like, what, you want to feed this little baby only on plant-based diet? And I say, yes, big time. She said, well, I'm not gonna be opposed, but you will take responsibility of this, because I've never heard anything like that in my whole career. So, my
Okay.
brother, I did take responsibility of this, and I'm very happy we did so. And my children, they never had any problem. You know, when they go and do the blood test, which is not even that often, the blood test results are great. Their attention is good. They do sport even at intensive level. You know, my daughter, she train 3 hours every day, almost every day, dancing. So you don't
Wow.
really,
Okay.
you don't, meat is not really necessary for you. So, you know, it's just about what you want for your life and how you choose to live.
Oh, that's a blessing. Let's talk about your radio program that you have broadcasted in Italy. Let's talk about that a little bit. And, what is it based on? Is it a Rastafarian show?
Yeah, it all started, 7 years ago. Actually, this next season is gonna be the eighth season. So we're looking at 8 years now, and is a Rastafari program. Is, I would say, the only Rastafari radio program in Italian and in Italy. And we don't play reggae, regular reggae. We play Nyabingi music, which is the sacred music of Rastafari, and it's something that somebody compared to gospel for Christianity, so to speak, right? So it's much more spiritual music, and is based on the drumming, yeah, the Nyabingi drums. And every session of our radio program has a different topic, touches a different topic, a different aspect of Rastafari, from history to spirituality, psychology, sociology, and how to live this Rastafari faith and express it in your family, how to approach your job, your profession in a better way. Rastafari is a all-embracing
Okay.
way of life. It's not a religion, it's all-embracing way of life. Everything you do in your life can be experienced as Rastafari.
A lot of people have some misconceptions that when you hear the word Rasta, we don't think of a religion. We just think about in our thought process that it's just smoking and that's it. Only smoking.
Yes, and it's not like that. Fortunately, luckily, it's not like that.
Right.
That is just one aspect of it, the use of cannabis, which, by the way, is not compulsory, is not obligatory, and maybe some people don't know this, but not every Rastaman smokes weed.
Okay.
So a lot of Rastafari man and woman, they don't smoke, and
Hmm.
that is not something that you have to do it. Some people do it. Why? Because it reconciles with their spiritual practice, daily spiritual practice. It's a relaxant. It can help you, to get in the zone and to meditate. But a lot of people, me included, don't smoke, don't use it. I firmly believe that we have already granted everything we need in order to uplift ourselves.
Right.
So, so cannabis is a substance. You might use it, you might not use it.
Okay. Is cannabis legalized in Italy?
Absolutely not.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Absolutely not. Not even though things are not so bad as they used to be back in the days, but it's not legal, and there is no way for now that it's gonna become legal, especially after the latest elections, and where the far right premier came on stage. So yeah, we're quite far from legalization
Oh
in
wow.
this moment.
Oh wow. Let's talk about some of the festivals that you have that's going on, and you're the director, right, of one of them.
I'm the director of the House of Rastafari, which is a Rastafari cultural area within Reggae Sunsplash, Rotterdam Sunsplash Reggae Festival. Yeah, so I work with the organizers of the festival, and I manage this area. I coordinate this area, which is in charge of the Rastafari activities within the festival. In other words, for 7 days, we run a daily schedule of Rasta activities, which is Nyabingi chanting and drumming, and daily seminars. We have guests coming from all over the world in order to speak about different aspects of Rastafari, going from history to humanitarian to food, medicine, and so forth. And we have movie screening, and of course we have humanitarian activities, because we are not stuck in the abstract side of it. You know, you have to be real, you have to make the difference, helping the needy. So all our activities during the festivals, they always have a humanitarian outlet. To tell it in other words, we sell merchandising, art crafts, things like this, to raise some funds, and then at the end of the festival those funds get sent to this organization, which is called World Sound and Power Collective, which aims to help the Rastafari elders in need. I'm also blessed to be part of this organization, to be part of the board of this organization, which is active now since more than 15, 16 years, and has helped hundreds of Rastafari elders in need in Jamaica, in Africa, in the States, and anywhere you can think of, and anywhere that Rastafari needs help.
I'm going to have to fly over there and take a part of this thing in Italy. Before you give me some feedback, I have visited Naples, Italy before, and of course I was eating meat, but that's some of the best pizza I ever had in Italy.
Oh yes, big time, big time. Naples
Yes,
pizza, of course, it's nice. And you
right.
can also choose the non-meat one.
Yes, yes. I never had one, but I guess you have. I'm sure you have.
Yes, 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 definitely, definitely, definitely.
So it's like a non-meat pizza with no cheese, just tomato sauce and dough.
Well, you can have cheese if you eat cheese, but otherwise, yeah, there is like vegetarian pizza. So there is the dough,
Okay.
and on top of it there is some tomato, and then you have vegetables like aubergine.
Okay.
You have, yeah,
Okay.
zucchini. You have different kind of seasoned tomatoes. That is something important, to eat by season. You know,
Yes.
so moving away from the pizza now, but another thing that is important that we should focus in our daily food intake is eating according to the season. So you don't eat zucchini at Christmas time,
Right.
right? Yeah, that is quite important as well, because every season give you exactly what you need in order to go through that season. That's why in summer you have watermelon, which is watery, full of water and sugar, so it helps you, through the heat of the summer. In the winter you have foods which is full of vitamin C, iron, and also a lot of green, dark green vegetables like broccoli, like kales, because they are very important in order uh, to to get rid of mucus from your throat, and help throat inflammation. So every season gives you exactly what you need in the time.
Yes. I've noticed that a lot of Rastafarians, what different foods do for the body, like a doctor almost.
You have to study, and anywhere we are, when we gather together, we always speak and give suggestion to one another concerning food. Food is a very important part of your life. So you don't have to allow your belly to be run and managed by somebody that you don't know, or from the shop, or by the shop. You should be aware of what you put in your belly, what you put in your structure. So you have to know at least some basic fundamental knowledge. You have to have some fundamental knowledge in order to live better. It doesn't mean that you have to become a doctor, but at least, you know, make sure you're aware of few little things. Like for example, eating by colors. You know this thing,
Yes.
eating by colors. So every day you eat 4 or 5 colors, and that makes it very very easy. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, wow. Let's talk about your nonprofit organization. You help elderly people as well.
We only help elderly people. Yeah, Rastafari elders in need. You know, sometimes it's very easy to feel compassionate towards children. You also have, like, big dictators or very negative people in the history, but they always help the children. It's very easy to feel compassionate towards the children, but what about the elders? What about those that they have been there an entire life, and they have worked for Rastafari, and they have they really have suffered as well, so that Rastafari could be out right now, and Rastafari could be accepted by the society. So they have paid the way, they have opened the road. So now we cannot accept that they got forgotten in a corner of society and not helped by the family, especially in some places like Jamaica, for example, where you don't have, pensions in the same way where you would have it in other parts of the world. So we do have a lot of Rastafari elders, men and women, which reach the elder age, and they are basically left on their own. And we help them. We help them with their food. We help them with their medical situation. We pay for the operation, for the visit, for the scan, for the blood test, and so forth. And this has been going on since 16 and plus years now. Anybody interested? wordsoundandpowercollective.org is the website. It's all transparent, it's all voluntary. We don't get paid. If you donate €5, €5 will go to the elders. So this is what we do. Yes.
Good. You're also an accomplished author. Let's talk about the two books that you did write and let everyone know where they can purchase them at.
Give thanks. Yeah, my latest book is called Zion Trade, and it's available in English and in Italian, and is about a Rastafari journey through daily life and spirituality. So basically, is how to combine and how to apply your Rastafari way of life to your daily dimension, mundane dimension. So everything can be affected positively by Rastafari. So this book aims, to explain how to do that. And then we have another book which is not only my own book. I co-author it with an ex-brethren of mine, which is called Migi Tzadik, and it's a book about the Nazarite vow, which is basically the dreadlocks way of life. And I was blessed by writing one chapter in this book about the dreadlocks in the Rastafarian movement, the history, the evolution, and the meaning of dreadlocks in the Rastafarian movement. And I also illustrated the book, yeah, because I work also as an illustrator. So I did the design, the paintings, and
Wow.
everything. Yeah, the visual part of the book. So you can find these two books, on our social media and few online shops, and or contact me directly, and I'll be happy to help you through the process.
Would you like them to contact you with your email?
Yes, the email is livitycreations@gmail.com, or you are free to contact me directly on my social media, Ras Julio on Facebook, Instagram, same way, and I can give you all the information.
You
Bless.
stay you stay pretty busy.
Yeah, it's good to keep yourself busy. It's good to keep yourself busy. We don't really have much time to get bored. And
Yeah.
is those 24 hours, you have to give your best.
How do you plan to garden? And you're an author, and you get together activities. You give back to the elderly people. So how do you fit your garden in there?
Yeah, my garden. My garden, you see, the garden is like your mind. When you go into your garden, it's like going into your mind, you know. So you have to keep your garden clean the same way that you keep your mind clean, you know. So it's important. You can learn a lot by gardening and farming. You don't only learn about gardening, but you learn about yourself to take care of the bad weeds at the same time of the flowers. Sometimes you have to scrape away some dirt, and you have to nurture and you have to water the good seeds. And it's the same thing with our life, you know. Anything that you want to grow in life, you have to water it. So at the same time, you can decide that those those bad aspects of your character, of your personality that you do not want to grow and make flourish, you just stop watering them. What does that mean? That means that you don't endure in those activities. You stop watering them, and eventually they will just fade away. They will dry out. I know, and so you mold, you shape your personality. Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's
it's like
good.
that. It's like that, my brother. Yes. At the same time, I was growing part of my food since I was 17 years old. So lately, I'm a little bit more busy, so I'm not farming as much as I used to. But I've been growing a lot of food through these years. You know, I'm feeding myself, my family, my friends, my brothers. You know, reaching out to them with boxes full of fresh organic tomatoes. Boy, they were happy, man. They were
Oh
happy.
wow! Actually, where you're from in Italy, you do have some very good tasting tomatoes. I guess it's the soil or the water.
Yeah, and the sun. Tomato
Yes,
need a lot of sun. Yes,
yes,
fertile soil and a lot of sun, exposure to sun. That is very important. You know, that will make the tomato really flavory. Yeah, really sweet.
so you do a lot of organic gardening.
Only organic, strictly organic.
Okay.
No pesticide, no chemical, nothing like that. I grow, my food, but I also do my own soil. I prepare my own soil and I feed my soil with my compost, with
Yes.
manure, but
Yes.
everything must be strictly organic. Ital. It doesn't make sense if you don't do it like that. You
Yeah.
know,
I
at that
figured you.
point,
Go ahead.
it's better you just go to the shop and buy it from any shop or any man handing it to you. It's gonna be cheaper and quicker for you. But if you want to grow it, you should aspire to have the best on your table. Also because you are responsible for your children as well. A child doesn't really ask from where the food come from. When papa or mama hands over the food, she or he doesn't really ask, you just eat. So it's you responsible for the little baby same way, yeah?
I know. The last thing I have, I know Bar Marley has passed on a little bit. Is he still a popular table discussion with the Rastafarians in Italy about Bar Marley still to this day?
Absolutely central.
Yes.
Absolutely central. It's like Bob has never passed away in a
Right.
in a sense. Obviously he has physically, but Bob is alive. You know that Bob keeps selling so many records to be in the chart even
Yes.
after all these years. So Bob is out there, is alive. His music, his message, his presence keep inspiring people, young generations. The record legend keeps selling like if Bob was right here with us. So it's just a beautiful thing, man.
Good. I wish you success with everything, and I look forward and to visit you in Italy. I want to come for it. When is the festival?
The festival is in August, but it's actually in Spain. Rotterdam Festival is in Spain.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in Italy, but he moved to Spain. But no worry, you can come to Italy and we go together to Spain. You're my
Okay.
guest, my brother.
Okay. What you do? Ride the train?
The ferry.
Ferry? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the ferry to Spain because we have a van loaded with stuff, you know.
How long is the
So
ferry ride? Couple hours?
no, man, it's about 20 plus hours.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You sleep on the ferry, you eat and
Okay.
sleep on the ferry, and then you have one day which you are in the middle of the Mediterranean. There is no signal on your phone. Nobody can call you. Nobody can reach you. No WhatsApp. Nothing. It's just you and the sea, and it's just beautiful, man. Just
Okay,
beautiful.
good. Okay, I would
Yeah.
like that. Okay, cool.
So anytime you're my guest.
Okay, that'll work. And I wish you much success with your books and your radio show and everything. Maybe in the future I could, say a little something on your radio show, and
Absolutely. Oh
go from
yes.
there. It'll be my pleasure. And I have a movie coming out also that's going to be on Amazon Prime, and I'll send you a link for that also in a little bit. And keep moving the world, brother. You're doing good.
We have to, my brother. We have no choice, you know. And you the same way. Keep inspiring the people. And my life bring you always good news to you and your family and to this project. With I know is making a difference out there. So enough respect.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Weatherman. Let's Talk Under the Tree podcast with our special guest, Mr. Ras Julio, all the way from Italy. And he has traveled the world extensively. He said one day he's going to come to the United States, but that's in the future plans. But he has visited Jamaica, right?
Yes.
Okay. But just keep on coming up on the map, and the United States will welcome you with open arms. And I'll meet you here also. And I wish you luck. Stay on the program for a little bit. I'm going to close out. I am the Weatherman. Let's Talk Under the Tree podcast. Once again, Mr. Julio from Italy. One time for your mind, two times for your soul. See ya. Would want to be.
Kingpin Music.